single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Alright, what's up guys? Good afternoon. Or actually, I don't know what time it's going to be when you watch this video, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. And I hope you guys are having a great week. Alright guys, man, I want to start off by saying it is hot here. If you guys know, I travel for work, so yes, I'm in a hotel right now. And I'm in Millington, Tennessee, and it is hot. I got the AC blasting and everything because it is hot outside. Alright, let's get back on topic. Alright guys, so you know, for the last couple of weeks we have been doing a series on healing. We started off by talking about self-love. When it comes to self-love, guys, self-love is an internal battle because it requires you to tap into spirit. Spirit is going to reveal to you who you are. And once spirit revealed to you who you are, you're able to get rid of everyone else's thoughts. You're getting all of their, perceptions about you, who you're going to be, and all of this other stuff. You're getting it out of your mind. And so that's what self-love is all about. It's about clearing that mind. Once that mind is cleared, now you're able to go into self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is, now since you're tapped into spirit, you are confirming that this is who I'm going to be. So it's still an internal thing. You're confirming this is who I'm going to be, and you're getting your power back. That's the one thing that I love about self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is that power that I no longer need everybody else's thoughts. Is self-love got them out. And now self-acceptance is saying, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you to tell me who I am. I don't need you to tell me my destiny. I don't need you to bring me down. Self-acceptance comes from an internal empowerment that you are now able to build yourself up. You're strong now. You have the strength. And then you're ready for the next step, which is self-respect. Self-respect, guys, is now going on the outer part. Self-love and self-acceptance, you were battling inside. Self-respect now is honestly the manifestation of you treating other people how you treat yourself. So if you didn't get the other two down packed, it's going to show at this stage. Because if you treat people with love, it's because you love yourself. You can only give people what you know. And if you know love, you give love. If you know respect, you give respect. If you know wisdom, you give wisdom. You can't give anything that you don't know. And so the one thing that you want to keep in mind with self-respect is that you know you have it based on how you're treating others. So that's the one thing that you want to keep in mind about self-respect. And then, of course, you can always go back and look at the video. Self-respect, I think, is the longest video that I did out of all of them. I think every other video was 10 minutes and self-respect was 20. I love self-respect. So now self-respect gets us on it's the manifestation. It's coming out now that people are able to see who it is that we are. They're able to feel that presence inside of us trying to burst out. So now we launch into self-worth, which is the last week of the series. Guys, so once you get to this point, once you get to self-worth, you now know who you are. You're walking in your power, and you are manifesting to the world that you have knowledge, you have strength, you are self-empowered, you are self-motivated, you're all of these things, you're self-inspired at this point once you get to self-worth. So self-worth is the stage now where you know all of these things. You have a knowingness that you didn't have before. And so self-worth is, extremely powerful. So self-worth to me is the test. Self-worth, once you get to this stage, it is now a test of, did you really learn what you were supposed to learn? That's the main thing that I want you to focus on when it comes to self-worth. So the Bible gives, talks about, it's a scripture in the Bible that says that once somebody come to Christ and they enjoy all of the goodness that's associated with Christ, and then they leave Christ, it's like a man it's like a dog going back to his throw up, and is eating his throw up instead of eating a good meal at the table that is presented before the king. So that's what I want you to keep in mind when it comes to self-worth. Self-worth, when you were in this predicament at first, it was, I understood, you can understand how you got there, because you didn't know yourself. You didn't know the power that you possessed. You didn't know any of these things. You had no knowingness in your mental. And so it was easy for people to come in. But once you start this process and you know who you are, you know the power that you possess, but you still choose to believe other people over the powerful spirit inside of you, that is just, you will be in a worse state of mind, because now it's you going to that throw up and you knowingly knowing that it's throw up. You know that it's something you're not supposed to have, that is no good for you, that, it's other stuff that can sustain you in a better way, in a greater way, but you're still choosing to go that route, which is very disgusting. And I want to make it disgusting, guys, so that you can see how when you have this knowingness and you go back to believing people over the spirit inside of you, that is like silliness, it's foolishness. So that's why I believe self-worth is the test. When you get to self-worth, because remember, people are not going to stop being people. Just because you started this process doesn't mean that your life is about to be all pretty and glamorous. That because you know yourself, people is going to stop messing with you. People are going to stop calling you names. People are going to stop doing all of the things that they were doing at first. This is a world of so much cruelty. Guys, you can walk outside and you can fall, and somebody can film you falling and make a video of it, and it goes viral, and everybody is teasing at you falling. What are you going to do? Are you going to stay in your self-worth? Are you going to stay in your power? Are you going to stay in your knowingness that even though this thing went viral, and even though this is a strong form of bullying, what is it that you're going to do? And so this is what self-worth is about. Self-worth is saying the world is going to continue being the world. But what I want you to do is I want you to stay strong. I want you to tap into your power. I want you to always be in that energy that I wanted you to be in from the beginning. And so this is what self-worth is about, is don't go back. Don't go back to where you came from. You have made it so far. You know your worth. You know your power. Do not go back to where you came from. And so, guys, I want to help you with that. The exercise for this week, in order for you to stay into self-worth, is memory. Is you remembering where it is that you came from. And so just like the first week with self-love, I want you guys to meditate. I want you guys to meditate and always constantly jot down things that you made it from. Always remember, make a list of things that you are grateful for, of gratitude, of love. Stay focused on those things when you meditate, and think of all the things that Spirit has brought you out of. Think of all the things that your God, your practices, your beliefs have brought you out of, and just constantly write it down as you meditate. Because when you remember your story, it brings power. And it brings power from the inner. Because when you remember your story, you know that you can face any challenge that's about to come up in life. And that's the best thing that I can tell you when it comes to self-worth, is you have to remember where you came from. And now when you're looking back on the past, that I had dyslexia. It's not tearing you down. It's not making you cry. It's not making you feel bad. It's not bringing you in any type of negative emotion. When you think back, it's going to put you in a positive emotion now. Is yes, I experienced that horrible, emotional, mental draining experience. But look where I am now. Now I'm at a healthier state. Now I'm balanced, knowing your worth. Constantly remember your worth. And you remember your worth, guys, by remembering the things that you've been through. So that's the exercise, guys. We made it through this series, guys. And trust me, I understand that this process is a whole lot harder than what meets the eye. Trust me, you're going to be faced with a lot of things, because as you try to heal and as you try to get these things out of your system, it's going to fight against you. It's just not going to leave instantly. You know, when you try to get rid of the things that people were telling you, it's going to start marinating. It's going to say, no, I don't want to leave your mind. You know, this has been my home for years. And so once even once you finally kick it out and you say, I'm not going to believe this anymore, and you implant that, you take it out and you say, I'm not going to believe it anymore. Now, is your doubt coming in saying, okay, well, did I do the right thing of getting rid of that? Did I do the right thing of getting rid of that memory? Maybe people were right about me. No. This is what self-worth is for. Self-worth will remind you of the things that you have been through and how spirit has always been protecting you throughout the journey. Do not be like the man that is in the metaphor of a dog going back to its throw up. You don't want to be that. Look what you have in front of you. You have a feast. You have a feast right in front of you. Always choose that feast, remembering where you came from, but staying present in the goodness, staying present in the glory. So guys, meditate. I want you to come up with that list, and every single morning I want you to pray and say, Lord, I am so thankful that you have brought me out of this. I'm so grateful that you have given me this opportunity. Because sometimes, guys, the reason why we don't reach our blessings is because we're not in a position where we're thankful and grateful for all the things that we have been able to make it through. All right, guys, I wish you nothing but blessings this week. And of course, if you have any questions or comment, you can reach out to me.